Welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee, as we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Auburn Tigers, taking on a team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Seminoles will kick it off to get us underway. Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found. Stopped at the 18. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. The give to the back. Didn't find a lot of room. Let's give him 2 out to the 20.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. Back to pass on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Robinson. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's 1st down. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
On the ground, it's Robinson. Brought down at the 38. It's a pickup of 10 and a 1st down. Auburn people love to recite their creed, and I think somewhere in there, it's you should run the football well.
That's definitely a part of their blueprint. Every championship team, every great Auburn team starts with the big guys up front, paving the way, running the football, establishing that first will make the Auburn fan base proud.
He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. They might have the defense's head spinning a little bit now. Hit him with a big run, now they hit him with a big pass.
Man, it's so hard to defend both. You know that. Which coverage do I want to put? Do I want to put more people in the box to stop the run? When you've got this kind of balance on offense, the defense can't be right.
The give. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
The noise level is relentless here on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Throws to the back. Complete. Knocked down at the 6, but that completion will set up a 1st and goal.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching.
Auburn comes to the line with a 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Touchdown, Tigers! Excellent pass by the back on the option.
Well, I know a big question coming into this one was how locked in was this offense going to be early? We've seen offenses throughout the season struggle with rhythm and execution early in games. Not a problem for this offense here. In this game, in this environment, all 11 guys locked in. Great job running, throwing, execution was beautiful, and they're able to cap off the opening drive of the game with a nice run to get on the board for a touchdown.
Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be if he'd just taken a knee in the end zone. They'll give it on the inside. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Yeah, and they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
The Seminoles trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. Got it in the middle. It's Davis. He's loose. He's got enough for the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 37.
Nice job by the running back catching the football and understanding where the 1st down marker was. I got to go get that 1st down. Did a nice job of it.
So 1st down here as they go back to work. Back to the ground game on the left. Breaks the tackle. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Great running backs consistently make people miss, and he did a really good job of breaking one tackle, but he couldn't do it to the next, to the next, to the next. The offensive line going to have to do a lot better job, give them some more space so we can get out in the open field and make some plays for this offense.
Throws to the wideout. Finds space on the right. Brings him down at the 48. It's a gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Nice catch there. I'll tell you, the Seminole passing attack has come a long way over the years. When I was playing against them back in the day, they were in the I formation every single play. Maybe it was play action. Maybe it was a shot play to the perimeter of the field. Now, they've got guys running all different kinds of routes, playing at different tempos, lining the ball over the field. This dude is a guy you just have to know where he is every single snap.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. The Noles in a good spot here with 2nd and short. Quarterback may change this route. Dropping back, it's Castellanos. Fires to the wideout. A strike downfield. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys on the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
And the Seminoles will line it up on 1st and 10. They'll ride Davis here. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
Offense trying to go RPO, but how about the defense? Up front, their front seven, they had dudes winning, just being way more physical and able to get to that running back.
He's got it on the run. They get him out of bounds right at the 5-yard line, and that one might have saved a touchdown.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to...
Touchdown, no! Grab the short pass to put the 6 on the board.
Yeah, and the passing game comes through, man, and we need more of that in the second half. An extra point away from tying this football game. We trailed a little bit in the first half, stayed calm. If this passing game can continue to heat up, look out in the second half.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. They put together an 81-yard drive, and they get it into the end zone with a 6-yard touchdown pass. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll try the run. Runs through a tackle. Makes the tackle at the 32, but they were backed up inside their 20, and they pick up 15.
When the running back gets going and gets ahead of steam like that, so hard to get to the ground. That's why you blitz. That's why you bring pressure. That's why you bring more guys in the box so you can get him before he gets going. But once he got going, you could tell it was hard to get a hand on him, hard to get him to the ground.
Here's the pressure. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Safe completion on the screen. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to go to work?
They're bringing the chop. They're bringing the noise on 3rd down at the dome. They'll try to get the first through the air. Snagged in the middle. It's Singleton. Oh, and the defense in chase mode, and they finally get him down at the 35.
When you're a playmaker like this guy is, your coaches are going to dial up plays intended for you, especially on 3rd down. That's what you saw in that last play. There was no question where the quarterback was going with that football. All week long, they decided on the biggest downs of this game, we're going to target our best player, and we're going to make sure that he gets looks. It doesn't matter what the coverage is. You saw it right there on that.
Listen, I know that wasn't a huge gain. It was positive, but I like doing more of that in today's college football. I'm just going to try to give my playmakers a chance to do damage in space away from all the big boys inside.
He lets it fly. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't hook up.
Well, this defense was ready for go-balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't link up, but if you're on defense, just know they're going to try that play again.
Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And he'll haul it in and take it to the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers.
And the offense breaks the tie, takes the lead, gains some momentum. How big is this, Palmer, now going into the half with the lead, with the momentum?
Well, they break the tie, but they also break their confidence a little bit now. The opponent now has to go into the locker room probably down, and they're wondering, what adjustments do we have to make? What do we have to fix? Because we've got our work cut out for us in this game.
And he makes the extra point. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Lucas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. Back to pass, it's Castellanos. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Well, this guy shot out of the cannon. 2 catches on the opening drive, and finally going back to him again. This time, they don't hook up, but he's a guy that needs to touch the football often, and I think this offense has to keep trying to find ways to get him involved.
Now adjusting. He'll pull it down and run. He scrambled forward and got a few and turned that into a positive play. He'll ride his man on the option. He'll pitch it. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. Just about set here in the second half as Auburn about to kick it off. Fielded in the end zone. It's Lucas. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. From the 13-yard line. He'll pull it down. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. They finally corral him, but he turns that into a big gain and a first down. How about this dude going off script for the Noles? Not necessarily known for his running ability.
Hey, make plays when they're there, right? I think that's one of the most important qualities of a quarterback is being able to make the right decision at the right time. And listen, they've had some great ones at Florida State. Looking for that next great one to take them over the top.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. The Seminoles can really attack on this second and short. They'll move the wide receiver. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. Inside the 40-yard line and out of bounds at the 39. And the Noles come to the line with a new set of downs. From the gun, they'll try the middle. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
You got to like that big, reliable security blanket, and that's what tight ends are a lot of the times. They're just usually big, huge guys that if I throw it anywhere near him, he's going to pluck it, catch it, and give me some positive yards.
Wants to throw. It's Castellanos. Unloads to the wideout. On target to the left. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And you're trying to get the ball to the running back quick and let him get some space, but there was absolutely no space. They penetrated quickly, and they got him before he could even get going.
Wide receiver going in motion. Going to sling it on second down. Still looking on the move. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21.
And this offense, man, they talked about it coming out of half. They wanted to get their guy into a rhythm To do that, man, you got to protect him. You got to keep him upright. He's been hit a lot. He hasn't made that many plays throughout this football game. They got to do a better job of protecting their guy.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Well, the offense just set themselves up in a bad situation on this one. 2nd and 3rd and long, there's not a lot of guesswork. Defense knows they're throwing the football, and you could tell in that pass rush, man, they were coming.
Right down the boulevard. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown, and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Let's see what he can do with the return. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. One final play before the end of the quarter. Give to the running back. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the 3rd quarter. They had a chance to mull things over, and let's see how they start the final period here on 2nd down. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out. This defense has to make a choice, but this offense, how aggressive do you want to be?
On 4th down, he'll try to toss it. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the 2nd half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation. And right now, you've set them up. I just hope this one doesn't come back to bite you right in the hind.
Grab behind the line. It's Robinson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Trying play action. It's complete. Touchdown Seminoles! They've got the lead here in the 4th.
And at this stage of the game in the 4th quarter, big-time players make big plays in big games. What a great job after he secured the catch in the open field, showing off the speed, taking it to the house, and with it, his team now has the lead.
And it's good, and he's got the lead up to 3 late. They didn't have a whole lot of real estate in front of them when they took over possession, but they wasted no time, couple of plays into the end zone. That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. On the ground, it's Robinson. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wants to go up top. Buys a little extra time. He's taking a deep shot. He's got it down the left side. And they finally get him down, but not before. He's got him set up for business at the 49-yard line.
And it's so hard to be on the run and make an accurate throw. It's just very tough. Very few people can do it. Again, we see the freaks and we see the highlights all the time, but that's a tough thing to do. He made it look pretty easy.
It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. Looking to throw on 1st down. the sure hands. It's Singleton.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sidelines. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
You got to have short area quickness. That running back there doing what it takes to make sure he got that first down.
To the air on first down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The Tigers with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Looking to the big tight end. And it'll be incomplete. This is some physical pass defense.
Third and long, defense knows the pass is coming, so they're going to have guys with their eyes on the QB, but they're going to try to get to him with pressure, pinning their ears back. If you're on offense, you might be thinking blitz here. Better get rid of this one quick.
It would be nice to pick up a few yards on third down because from here, it's a 57-yard attempt. Catch in the middle, it's Coleman. Working their way closer and closer, a third down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. Auburn ready to go back to work after getting another first down. Wants to throw on first down. Here comes the heat. Grabbed in the middle, it's Simmons. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And this offense just hasn't found a way to kind of open it up. Like, they haven't found those explosive plays. It feels like the defense is kind of strangling them and staying really close to the line of scrimmage because of their lack of their big play ability over the top. This offense has to dial something up.
Let's see what they've got on second down. Looking up top, and time is of the essence. Short throw to the sideline is complete, and he's out of bounds after picking up a couple. Tremendous awareness to get what he could and get out of bounds, and now the offense trying to score one late. This crowd knows when to bring it. Running the red zone, it's Robinson. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front? Offense uses a timeout, 17 seconds left on the clock. Going to work on second down in the red zone, and still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Looking to fire. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. The offense gets the timeout, 12 ticks left on the clock. Tight quarters deep in the red zone, but they can pick up a first down without scoring. Third down. Going for 6. Touchdown, Auburn! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
But you talk about finishing games with a purpose, with a plan, executed to perfection, taking almost all of the clock, executing brilliantly down the stretch of this football game, making plays, and taking the lead late in this ball game.
Oh, look at Mr. Hands taking the squibber inside the 30. They put the brakes on him, but a good return out to the 36. They'll try to put a drive together starting from the 36. Looking to pass, it's Castellanos. Now improvising. Got the first himself. What a cut, now he's loose. Oh, the ball squirts out. It's a running room. Sometimes it's just not your day. Things just didn't work, and that seemed to be the case here.
Yeah, they didn't get the W. They didn't do enough. But now you start to think about what could I have done differently? What do I need to become more offensively? Defensively, what can I morph into to make those...
welcome to the home of the Florida State Seminoles, Doak Campbell Stadium in Tallahassee. As we'll see the number 20 team in the country, the SMU Mustangs, taking on another team from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Seminoles will put toe to leather and will get started. And it'll come out to the 25. No. At a return. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Play action on first down. Wasting no time taking a shot. And that'll be incomplete, man. That would have been a big hitter on first down, but second down's coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and it just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
The play fake. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down.
Well, the offensive line has got to give him at least a little bit of time to survey the field. He had no chance that time, getting hit almost immediately after he got the ball.
A cacophony of noise, debilitating surround sound, the war chant on third down at the Doak. Rushes on him. Hit as he throws. Fires into traffic. Picked off. Touchdown, Florida State. And they turn it into a defensive score.
You always want to come out and set the tone as a defense. Get a stop. Make a punt. How about that? Get the INT and take it back to the house. Way to set the tone for this defense early.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And the kick is good, but there's a penalty flag, and I think it's going to be roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. He's going to take a shot. Makes a catch at the 15. The stop is made, but this offense is threatening first and goal from the 9.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
They didn't just jumpstart that drive. They've electrified it, and now they've got a first and goal. Looking to throw, it's Jennings. Into the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He wants it all. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down.
Well, the defense is making some big plays here right up against their own goal line. They forced 2 straight incompletions, now setting up third down. You're expecting pass again. Is this a situation where they're going to want to blitz, or do they stay back, play zone, and try to break on the ball?
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. It's third and goal and a long way from the end zone. Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Off play action. Quarterback floating away from pressure. And he really wanted to get the touchdown there, but it's incomplete.
And this offense put together a pretty good drive, man, but man, did they stall out. 3 straight incompletions, trying to find something that would work. But this defense, they stood up after giving up some yards and really finished this drive well.
It'll be fourth and goal, and it'll be a tough one. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And on fourth down, here comes the field goal unit. This crowd trying to do its part to get inside the kicker's head. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. That'll bring him to within 4.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
Running to daylight from inside his 25. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Good pickup on that play. It'll bring up second and 4.
tell you what, that read game really slows you down defensively, kind of makes you play responsibility football. And when you get chunks like that on first down as an offense, I would continue to come back to it.
Crosses the 45. Breaks the tackle, and he's got room. He's into the open down the middle. And he slipped through the crowd, and Hill house it. Touchdown, no!
This quarterback is so good at creating. When plays break down, when things aren't perfect, he has the ability to buy time, use his athleticism, and torch a defense, and he did it right there with his legs.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 14-3. Only took 2 plays to find the end zone on that drive, and gashing them on the touchdown run finished it off. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back to throw, it's Jennings. Trying to escape and get it himself. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Had the pick in his hands and couldn't hang on, and you just won't see that from him very often. It'll be third down.
Man, this defense is dialed in. Already forced one interception, had a chance right there to get another one. Everything this offense does so far, they are reading it, breaking on it, making some plays.
And the Mustangs come to the line on third down, trying to keep this drive alive. Here comes the rush, and they've got him wrapped up at the 28.
This definitely isn't the start they drew up. I mean, you already throw a pick six, now you get sacked. Man, they're going to have to find a way to settle this quarterback down, get something going offensively. So far, not a lot of positives to point to.
So here they come, going for it on fourth and long. The aftershocks of that earlier sack still reverberating. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. Offense took a little bit too much time at the line there. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. Motion from the wideout. They're throwing for it on fourth down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And the incomplete pass lets this defense get the ball back for its own. Great field position. Great place to start for this offense. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Castellanos. Firing toward the end zone. Touchdown Seminoles. The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. A quick strike, just as we expected.
Yeah, And quick strikes are easy when you got such great field position. Obviously, when the offense starts in such a good spot, puts the defense in a bad position, and the offense takes advantage.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. Fielded in the end zone, it's Brinson. And a really nice job by the kick team to get down there and make sure they limit that return. In front of them as they start the drive at their own 10. Looking to throw on first down. Finds his tight end. He'll get it out to the 25, not bothered at all being backed up, and they've got a first down. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. They'll snap it from the 25 here on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Oh, they're after him. A little floater there that falls incomplete.
And you see this formula work at all levels of football. You pressure the quarterback, his numbers start to drop. He's not as efficient. Nice job by the defense.
They'll run play action. He'll loft one deep down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
That's just not the start you're expecting to see from this guy. Obviously, it's a big game. There's a lot of pressure. The crowd is loud, but we've seen 2 drops in the first quarter from this guy. He's got to crank it up.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Scanning the field, it's Jennings. Throwing right. Complete downfield. And he's brought down at the 40-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
At the 40-yard line. First down for the offense.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. First play of the period, first down here. Wide receiver comes in motion. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The Mustangs are on the move. Wants to keep it in the air. defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
Well, this offensive coordinator has to be scratching his head because he's trying to keep his quarterback protected. He's trying different things, sliding the offensive line, keeping tight ends and running backs in, shifting, going empty, and getting the ball out quickly, but it's not working. They're just losing the one-on-one battles up front, and in the second half looking forward, I don't know if they're going to be able to fix it.
Dropping back, it's Jennings. Under fire. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. Got room on the return. He's at the 30.
And that's the problem when you get in second and forever. The defense knows. They make you one-dimensional. They know you're going to take shots.
Music note. Ready, go. Here we go. Set. Cooler 18. Cooler 18. 180. Fly, trumpet. Ready. welcome everyone to Orlando, Florida, the Bounce House, home of the UCF Knights. As we'll see a team from the American, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on a team from the Big 12, the UCF Knights. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, here with David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get this thing rolling. The Knights will boot it away to start the game. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. On the option. He'll do it himself. He'll toss it. It's a seam wide open. Out of bounds at the 43-yard line after the huge pickup.
And that's why this offense is hard to stop, man. They have that option to pitch it. So as a defense, like, I got to get the quarterback, and then I got to get the pitch man, and they lost the pitch man, and you can tell he made them pay with a big gain down the field.
And he froze that defender. He thought he was going to pitch it, kept it himself, and turned it into a big play.
This is an offense that can move the sticks in a whole lot of different ways. Now you're seeing it on the option here. Great job by the quarterback. Reading the defense, there's nobody there taking him, so he puts his foot in the ground, he gets upfield, and he's got really nice elusiveness once he's out in the open field. He shows you that on that explosive play, picking up the first.
He'll be run out of bounds at the 13. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking downfield, it's Horvat. They'll run the screen. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Navy will have it with a first and goal. This is a design run. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Midshipmen.
Now, coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
Setting up for the extra point after the first score of the game. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
Not wasting any time. You just watch the opponent go down on their first drive and score a touchdown. So right away, you're aggressive. You're throwing the football on your first play of the game, and you're getting a nice completion. Really nice job.
Got it in the middle. It's Wade. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Good job reading the defense by the quarterback on that RPO fake. He waited to see how the defense was going to play the run. He saw defenders bite up close to the line of scrimmage, and right away
Just can't pull the trigger, and the quarterback is sacked at the 41.
You know, as an offense, you're playing this defense, and they're in a 3-4 alignment. You're worried about the pass rush coming off the edge. How about big fella in the middle? Completely collapsed the pocket on that play.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
We're already in the first quarter, but already you get the feeling this could be a long day for this QB. He's already been sacked. He gets hit right there on the incomplete throw. They've got to find a way to do...
He's going for a big play downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's first and goal from the 7. The Knights, once backed up in the shadow of their own goalpost, have put quite a drive together. Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He fought him off for a while, but that's what they mean by gang tackling.
And the defense, man, playing aggressive, playing uphill, playing in the backfield. Nice job getting penetration, getting that pass before it really even gets started. Nowhere to go, nowhere to run. Nice job by the defense.
Flushed out of the pocket. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9. Now on 3rd and goal, and that earlier sack left them with more ground to cover. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Wants to throw for it on 3rd and goal. Lets it go to the end zone. Got his man downfield. He found some running room, but needed just a few inches more to put it in the end zone. The offense didn't even glance to the sidelines. They'll stay out there and go for it on 4th and goal from the 1. Trying to slam in. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Nice job by the defense on 4th down, bowing up, getting physical, stopping the run, shutting down that 4th down play. Really good job by this defense.
They'll run the option. He'll toss it. Gives him a little breathing room, picks up 5 and gets it to the 7-yard line.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
Well, the QB decided to keep it on that one. And listen, if you had his athleticism, you'd want to keep it too. Almost every time they run these types of option plays. But he's just going to have to do a good job of understanding when to hand it off, when to pitch it, and try to keep this defense on their heels and read his keys. He's got a lot of talent. Just got to make sure he's making the right decisions moving forward.
The bounce house is rolling here on 3rd down, trying to help UCF. Sticks it in his belly. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And don't complicate things. Give it to the big fella. By the way, the fullback who blocks all the time, does all the dirty work. Hand it to him, let him plow ahead, Palmer, and get that 1st down.
Are we in a time warp? Like, what year is this? Is this 1995? We're handing off to fullbacks again. That's a play that is basically extinct now.
Wide open spaces. Oh, he's got some space. The 40. Past the 30. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Navy!
And you see the option being such a pain in the behind of the best programs in college football. When you got quarterbacks that have those multiple options, they're making you play very disciplined, and the QB takes it himself, gets in for the score.
Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Caught in the backfield. It's Montgomery. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
Catch in the middle. It's Wade. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
Great job by the offense. Listen, if the defense is going to sit back in zone, you know what you got to do. Run those crossers across the formation. Those guys that are looking at the quarterback, they're not trying to pick up receivers all the time. Make those precise throws right in the...
Intercepted. Good gain on the return, and this defense has set them up with a big play.
QB never saw the defender. He's staring his receiver down, telegraphing his throw, and the DB jumped all over that.
A run for the quarterback. Taking it the other way. This defense giving up ground as he's finally knocked down at the 26.
One of the things I love about this offense, Reese, is they have tons of speed. They like to try to get the ball going east-west. That time they generate a huge play going to the right side.
And the defense either not fast enough to fit or got knocked out of the fit.
Yeah, they got to do a better job containing that as this game goes on. They got to funnel the football back to the middle of the field.
The option look. Finding an escape route. Picks up the first down, still moving. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, midshipman.
And man, the defense really needed to stop there. They needed to create some momentum, get the ball back to the offense before the half. But the offense does their job, and they continue to pile on, continue to create momentum. There's going to have to be some questions answered at half with this squad because it's been a struggle in the first half.
Kickoff unit has been busy as they have built a big lead, and they're trying to hold on to it. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. This drive will open from the 15. Jackson will throw. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And they can't make the connection, going for a big play on first down.
Well, at this juncture of the game, obviously the offense has struggled. No points up on the board. You're at the end of the first half, and you're just trying to make something happen. That time the quarterback thought he had a guy open way down the field, but again, the defense in perfect position, and that thing falls incomplete.
And that's a really good job by this defense being dialed in. You got a big lead. You know exactly what's coming. This offense is going to have to make some explosive plays down the field. They were ready, they were disciplined, and made a good play on the football.
Throws to the wideout. Picked off, and they ruin an early drive with the turnover. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Navy! to the home of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Columbus, Ohio, and the old horseshoe on the banks of the Olentangy. As we'll see a team from the American, the Navy Midshipmen, taking on the third-ranked team in the land, the Ohio State Buckeyes. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. Navy ready for kickoff as we get this game started. On the run from inside his own 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. From the gun, the running back has it. Followed that blocking and got 5 out to the 26.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They've got the screen set up. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one, but we know who he really wants to go to on 3rd down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got.
Turning it on! Turning on the Jets! And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt, they want to come out here and test this secondary, test these DBs, and they know they've got the QB with the arm talent to get the ball there. That's a great start for this offense.
Quick pass on the jet motion. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State.
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game. And the offense, they've got it moving now.
Looks as if they didn't get it off in time. It'll be a delay of game. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game. And the PAT makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 17-yard touchdown run. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. Back to pass, it's Horvath. He's got the back in the middle.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
On the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
The horseshoe is rocking, trying to help their defense on third down. They'll run the option. He just has a nose for those little crevices to be able to find space, and he picks up the first down.
And I love that decision by this quarterback. No monkeying around, man. Get to the spot, get the first down, lower your shoulder. I don't need a big play. I just want another set of downs. Nice job running the option, knowing where the first down marker is.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Goes to the option. He'll pitch it. Oh, a lot of space. There he goes. And after gobbling up some serious yardage and showing off those wheels, he's finally out of bounds. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They'll keep it on the ground for first and goal. And he steps out of bounds, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. Starting off this quarter close enough to smell the goal line. They'll keep it on the ground looking for the end zone. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, midshipman.
And what a push up front by this offensive line. Everyone playing in unison, driving out of their stance, working into the second level, hats on hats, creating a lane for that running back.
Looking for the tie with the extra point. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. On the move from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, that they get him on the ground at the 20. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the air, it's Sayin. Gets it out quickly. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Couldn't quite hang on to the pick, and he will be thinking about that one for a long time.
We just have not seen this offense look very sharp so far in this game, running or throwing it. The second half, throwing it specifically, I think they need to find a better rhythm. They've got to find a way to get some completions strung together.
And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Spits it out to the back. Grabbed over the middle, it's Peoples. Oh, the sweet spin, and he's free. Wide open on the right. The band might as well start playing.
Man, oh man, when you got a weapon like that, you got to find him and you got to give him the ball in space. You have some plays on your play sheet, and some of them just say, that guy, get him the ball, let him do the rest. Dangerous weapon out of the backfield, catching the football, making the big play.
They're set to kick it off. You think this crowd's going to get loud when their defense comes on the field? Here he comes from inside his own 5. He's out of bounds at the 24, probably looking for a little more on that return, but that's where his offense will go to work. They'll get things started on this drive from the 24. Now on the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Kept it on the ground last time, bringing up a 2nd down. He'll pull it on the read. Now the bench. And he was able to run through 1 tackle, but still only a modest gain.
It's a veteran defense. They've seen option before. They were prepared to see it in this game, and you're seeing it on that play right there. Everybody doing a great job with assignment football, staying in their gaps, accounting for anyone who can have the football. They were ready for the pitch guy that time. They're able to make a quick stop.
Hang on, Swoopy. The Buckeye crowd alive on 3rd down. Got room to work. There he goes. And he put his foot in the ground and turned it upfield and turned it into a big play. Great decision to keep it.
The defense has got to do a better job with assignment football. Somebody has to be accounting for the quarterback on these run plays. You know you're going to see it. You've seen it on film. The option play, nobody home. He just takes off. That's an easy 1st down pickup for the offense. Moving forward now, the defense, they've got to settle in, and they've got to start playing better when it comes to assignment football.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the 1st down. Quick pass on the fly motion. Out of the crowd, and now he's got room. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. Good work up front to get that 1st down on the ground, and now they'll go back to work. Motion from the back. To the air, it's Horvat. Swings it out to his running back. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
Navy was pinned deep, and now a chance to put together a drive. On the option. Now the toss. And they save the touchdown, getting him out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
Just really solid play by this offense. Nice job. Whatever the defense gives you, the option, they're trying to make you wrong. The problem is, defensively, you got so much to cover. Nice chunk gain. Just remember, that quarterback can also...
Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Navy!
Man, that's frustrating as a defense because you got to stop the run. There's a good chance they're running the football here in this situation, trying to punch it in the end zone. You're trying to go to the half with a little bit of momentum. This defense just couldn't make the play to get off the field.
And the extra point was good. And that extra point was good, and we're all tied up here in the 2nd. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Here we go. They'll try to get something on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Oh, what a play. It's intercepted. Trying to take it back. He'll be stopped just outside the 20 at the 21 in the waning moments here in the 1st half.
And I love this.
Welcome, everyone, to Annapolis, Maryland, home of the Navy Midshipmen. As we'll see the #9 team in the country, the Alabama Crimson Tide, taking on a squad from the American, the Navy Midshipmen. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Alabama about to kick off to get this game underway. He'll bring it out. It's Bryant. Nice job executing all of the...
Entering settings screen, you have 29 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected. Key narration volume set to 100. Key narration volume set to 100. Entering settings screen, you have 29 options. Menu narration option is set to off is selected.
As they put a stop to that return at the 22. Here comes the option. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7.
Second down.
Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Here we go. Set.
He'll ride his man on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. 3rd down.
Navy needs to come up with a big play on 3rd and long. Motion from the wide receiver. on the option. The pitch. Look out, he's got room. He's loose. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection.
Love the play call on offense there. Third down, you're just trying to stress the defense, right? The football can be three different places almost at once. Is it the dive man? Is it the quarterback? Or is it the pitch guy? That time, nobody home for the pitch outside. So good decision by the quarterback. They pick up a nice gain and get the first down.
Here comes Navy back to the line after picking up the first down. They'll run the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
This is an offense that really prides themselves on being able to run the football. And on the first 4 plays of the game, they're doing exactly that. They're trying to let these big guys up front get into a rhythm. They're feeding their backs the football, and they're sending a very clear message to the defense that we are going to pound you into submission.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Boy, there wasn't much room to wiggle for that running back there.
None at all. Great job by the defense getting in the backfield quickly, closing up all the holes, nowhere to run.
Right back to the well. They stop him after a short game, probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with fourth down coming.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you could tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small gain, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. He's finally stopped, but not before he takes it into the red zone. They'll mark it at the 18. Alabama quickly back to the line. Tight end now in motion. They'll ride the hot hand. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Alabama! Precision blocking up front created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
Getting ready for the extra point after the first score of the game. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opens up at the 23-yard line. The option look. Quarterback on the keeper. Makes it past the marker. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first.
With the score, Alabama 7, Navy 0.
So they'll go back to work after changing into the field. Breaking out the jet sweep. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
You want to stop the jet sweep and be successful, get some penetration right now towards those edges, right where they're running the football. Defense was ready, got him on the ground, and stopped that play before it ever got started.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. On the option. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. The midshipman looking for a chunk play on 3rd and long. Might be changing the route. Back to throw, it's Horvath. Uncorks it. On target over the middle. They've got the defense reeling right now with that big play to the 29.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and they've got a chance to lock this thing up before the break. What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? They'll run the option. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
The run game just has not been working for this offense all game long. You saw it on that last play as well. Just not getting enough push up front on the offensive line. They haven't been physical enough.
They'll run it with the jet sweep. He did not make it a stone wall on 3rd down.
And it's almost as if the defense knew that jet sweep was coming. Great job getting penetration at the point of attack, and they were in the backfield, nowhere for the receiver to go.
Despite failing earlier on 4th down, they will try again here. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Complete out of the backfield, looking for the sticks. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business for the 1st and goal. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
2nd and goal for the offense. Give to the fullback. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, midshipman.
Momentum is such a real thing in college football. Scoring that touchdown here in this 2-minute situation at the end of the half is massive for them. It's going to help their confidence going in at halftime. If they're able to get this extra point and tie this thing up, watch out for them in the 2nd half.
Set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or two to answer about that decision. Starts from their own 25-yard line. Send the tight end in motion. Leaves it with the back. Spins away from the defense.
Man, a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open field.
They'll hurry to the line here to try to get off that 3rd down play. They'll go to the ground. Fighting off the defender. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36. Clock still running, almost certainly the last play of the half. Navy will kick it deep to get the second half underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. Trying to set the tone on the ground in the 3rd. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Goes to the option. Quick toss. Not a lot of room there. Give him a couple to the 16. Alabama pushing the tempo. On the run, it's Young. He'll be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Not enough to move the sticks. Well, this head coach is clearly sending a message. Not sure what it is, but he's going for it close to his own end zone. The play action fake. Bringing the heat. They got him for the sack, and they'll get the ball back after the 4th down stop.
Well, that play never had a chance. On 4th down, they're trying to catch the defense off guard, throwing for it, but no protection. The quarterback didn't have an opportunity to step up and get rid of that football. Give the defense credit, man. Tremendous aggression there on 4th.
On the play. It's now 2nd and goal.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Now on the option. Looking for the end zone. Touchdown, Navy! They take the lead with the 6. Offense did exactly what it's supposed to do with a start like that.
When you're set up with that field position, you're thinking touchdowns. You're not thinking field goals. It's exactly what the offense does. Takes advantage of great field position.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. They got the ball in great field position, and bam, bam, 2 plays and into the end zone. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He makes the fair catch deep in his own end, and I get the criticism, but man, he probably wanted to at least save a few yards in field position. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. They'll move the tight end. Trying the left side. Lots of running room. It's a seam wide open at the 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. He got a step and just dusted the field.
Man, Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous. If he gets into the second level, great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And he tacked on the extra point. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. He'll bring it out. It's Bryant. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. On the option. And he knocked him down after a gain of 3 to the 23.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. Here comes the option. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks.
On the play.
And the offense on that option play, they're just thinking we're going to use our speed to our advantage, and we're just going to outflank you easily and pick up this first down on 3rd and short. But how about the defense? Everybody's staying home. You saw the speed and their ability to get outside.
Hauls it in easily enough for the first down. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Start with the first down. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. They'll try to get outside. Wide open spaces. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
This running back is so dynamic, and you've got to be able to take advantage of his speed by getting him to the outside. So that's why you dial up the toss play there. It's a nice way to change it up and get this guy in space to go make plays.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And that's why he is an all-American caliber player. He is just so physical and dominant against the run. He's able to shed blockers, use his athleticism, use his speed, get to the ball carrier and bring him down. Simply one of the best box defenders you're going to find in the entire country.
Gets it to him on the screen. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
The defense sniffed that screen out perfectly. All the D linemen, they were reading the body language of the offensive line. They knew something was up, and when the screen pass got thrown, they were right there to make the tackle.
The midshipman trying to sail way forward on 3rd and half a mile. Making side adjustments here. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. With the catch, it's Chapman. Running through contact. Oh, he's got some space. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up 1st and goal. Navy was pinned deep, and now a chance to put together a drive. Gets the back moving. He'll ride his man on the option. Touchdown, midshipman! And with that, they move out front here in the 4th.
What a a great game, tied late in the ball game. Who's going to make the big play? They come up with it late, take the lead. Nice execution. It's hard to execute in these moments. People get tight. The score's tied late in the game. I don't want to mess up, but this offense doesn't worry about messing up. They put the ball in the end zone and take the lead.
He calls for the fair catch and makes it deep in his own end, and he might have been better off seeing if that ball would just trickle into the end zone. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll leave it with him. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for second down. The give to the back. This time the defense was ready, and they stop him in his tracks. Got to get to the line quickly for this third down play. They'll try to run for it. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They go to the ground. Thrust that arm out. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Now the play fake. Pocket breaking down. And he can't get it off. Taken down. What a huge play this late in the game. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Now third and long, and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Here's the handoff. They stop him short of the sticks, and it'll be fourth down. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. This late in the game, there's really no question about it. To have any chance to tie this thing up, they have to convert here on fourth down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Incomplete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on fourth down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
A hostile environment can have a major impact on even the most composed, well-prepared team. So how much did the crowd play a factor in this upset?
Well, this is what makes college football so great, the home crowd and how they were able to impact this game. No doubt about it, David. They played a big factor.
And they're still jacked up, and they're still excited. They play a big factor, and it affects everything. College football, road atmospheres, they're tough. Even when the team isn't ranked like they weren't today, these are the types of moments that can jump up and bite you.
Thanks so much for spending some time with us. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports. Welcome between the hedges to Athens, Georgia and Sanford Stadium, home of the Georgia Bulldogs. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on the fourth-ranked team in the land, the Georgia Bulldogs. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. And the Seminoles will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Back to throw, it's Stockton. got it in the middle. It's dealt. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. Georgia comes quickly to the line. The Dogs pick up the first down through the air, and the Georgia faithful starting to howl and bark.
And we've seen that in the past with Georgia. Maybe you get a little bit conservative, a little bit too much reliant on great defense, run the football. The reason they broke through, the reason they started winning championships in the recent era, they became more aggressive, more dynamic throwing the football down the field.
Under fire. Going deep. Got it in stride at the 15. Touchdown, Dogs! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Coming out with it, and the ball's free, deep in his own territory. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
Very rarely do you have a play on defense where you've got 30 yards head of steam built up to come make a collision. On kickoff and kickoff return, you do. And a lot of times you see big sticks and fumbles happen as a result.
We're ready to get another look at this Bulldog offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Dogs have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. And that one falls incomplete, trying to get a chunk play on that one.
That's an example of the offensive coordinator trying to be aggressive and trying to take a shot. Now, the offense isn't able to click on that play, but moving ahead in the second half, it's important they continue to dial up these big plays. You want to stay aggressive, and you want to keep testing the secondary.
A really nice run and gain, and he gets down to avoid taking punishment.
And this offense, they don't want a field goal. You can tell. They want a touchdown. They want points. 4th down, going for it. And how about the QB, man? How about the poise? Dropping back to throw the football. Nah, it's not open. Nothing there I don't feel comfortable with, but he absolutely pulls the trip.
Converts on 4th down, and he's still going. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown, Georgia. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
And the extra point makes it 14-0. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. He'll bring it out. It's Lucas. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. Looking for a man. It's Castellanos. Makes the grab. It's Davis. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Pass is incomplete, but a lot of contact there. I think it's going to be pass interference and a 1st down. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They're setting up the screen. Looking for room at the 40. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a 1st down.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a 1st down. Nice start for this offense.
And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
Well, they're just trying to run the ball, but that time there was absolutely nowhere for the running back to go, and as a result, that's a tackle for loss.
Second down, he'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. He's got an open man, and he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consider.
Turning it on! Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22. The Seminoles back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. To throw, it's Castellanos. Firing to the right, complete. Headed to the end zone. And he'll take it in and house it. Touchdown, Florida State.
Man, this guy is an elite tight end. This guy is a dude. He keeps making plays like this. We're going to start comparing him to Brock Bowers and Kyle Pitts. The run after the catch, the big body, the athletic ability. He has it all.
And after the extra point, they've cut the lead in half, down 14-7. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Snagged in the middle, it's Branch. Flying out to the left. Turning on the Jets. Touchdown Bulldogs. Once he got some room, it was over.
That's number 2 on the day, having a day. I mean, you know he's going to catch the football, and you know he's going to make plays after he catches. Those are the kind of guys that you feature, and you find him, and they produce like this, you keep finding them.
The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. To be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. The give to Davis. He breaks a tackle. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
That is such a good run. I'll tell you, if you're going to put on a Seminole helmet, you better be dangerous with the ball in your hands at the running back position, right? You think back to the late, great Bobby Bowden. He was always able to recruit a difference maker at that position. He would have loved to have this guy in his offense because it feels like he can score a touchdown every single time he has the ball.
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32.
Awesome job by the defense. Not only getting the fast quarterback on the ground, but understanding what he wants to do. He can take off. I got to make sure I got good pursuit angles, and I got to make sure I build rails. I can't let him outside. I got to keep him in the pocket. He tries to get outside. They get the sack and get the huge loss on that play.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Noles line up, trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. Going to try to get it himself. At the 35, he's open. Speeding down the left side. Touchdown, Noles! And once he got away from the D, they had no shot at catching him.
And That's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
The AT unit on the field. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And what a way to finish things off with that 51-yard touchdown run. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And he makes the fair catch deep in his own territory, and he might have a question or two to answer about that decision. This one in play, first snap of the drive from the 25. Looking downfield, it's Stockton. Zings it complete to the right. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Grab behind the line, it's Frazier. He'll get it up to the 39 before he's run out of bounds, and this offense just patiently, methodically trying to do work. From the 39-yard line, it's 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. He's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets it to midfield. Georgia going up tempo. Looking to throw on 1st down. And that's not the way they drew it up. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Finds his man. It's Thomas. Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37. And after that pitch and catch, he's already over 200 yards, and we're in the first half, Jesse.
Man, Reese, he's dialed in right now. He's really doing a nice job seeing the field, reading coverages, and finding his open guy.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And the defense makes a play, finally. This is a lot of offense early in this football game, a lot of scoring. Need more of this from the defense. Getting to the quarterback, making him feel uncomfortable, and then when you get him down, you get him behind the sticks. Good things happen for your defense.
Pulled down for the tackle.
And this offense, I think, will do a good job in this game divvying up the football and distributing it to different guys in the passing game. It won't just be receivers. It's not going to be tight ends. This running back, he's a weapon, too, after he catches it. You saw it right there.
Seventh play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. To the air, it's Stockton. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
This offense has already converted once on 4th down. Can they do it again? He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Thomas. The change will move. zone at the 18. They needed a bunch on 4th down, and boy, did they get it.
And I get aggressiveness. We get aggressiveness. We want to be aggressive, take shots down the field. First half, they felt like 4th and long. No big deal, and they get it. I imagine we'll get a few more of those.
And he gets out of there and gets some yardage and gets down without taking any punishment. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
You know, QBs want to make those big plays. They want to put up the big stats. But when nothing's there, sometimes you just tuck the ball, get a minimal gain. I like the slide, by the way, too. Get down and don't take a big hit.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Dogs!
And that's the way you execute on offense, man. You keep your foot on the gas. Try to make this a 2-score game. You do with that touchdown. This offense executing beautifully. The defense is going to have to find something in the second half to get some stops.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Lucas. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. To the air, it's Castellanos. Here's a heat. He'll try to do it himself. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. Georgia will kick it deep to start the second half. Fielded in the end zone, it's Williams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. Snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. He might want another play. To the air on first down. And the quick shuffle pass. Those two failed to make the connection. It's an incomplete pass. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Pressure coming. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
Well, this quarterback started taking a couple shots from the pocket, and there's another one right there that affected his accuracy on that throw.
And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. Floating away. And he'll be knocked down at the 2-yard line.
Well, the defense knew coming into the second half here, they were going to have to crank up the pass rush, right? They've got the lead. They're going to be seeing this quarterback drop back. How can you affect him? You've got to win up front one-on-one and get home, and they did there on third down.
They'll have to do a better job of protection this time after that third down sack set them back, but they'll go for it here. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. This is a long fourth down try, but the offense stays on the field. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. And they gambled in their own end, turn it over on downs, and now the other offense is set up.
Yeah, and down by 2 scores, and I guess you get to the point where you got to say, I'm going to go for it. We got to be aggressive. We got to make this happen. They tried to make it happen. The defense comes up big. Now, it is not looking good.
Power ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Georgia.
Another rushing touchdown. That's now 2 on the game. This offense thought they could come into this one running the ball, being the more physical team, and they look like it right now.
Throw to the end zone, picked off.
I love the coverage by the defense right here. Great job getting up in their space. Nothing easy down here for a 2-point conversion. The interception was just great.
Florida State, 14.
Starts from their own 25-yard line. To the ground, throw back. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And after your defense just went out there and gave them a touchdown and let them build the lead more, you really need to come out with this drive and answer. And the running game is not it. They were ready for that. Going to have to create some explosive plays through the passing game.
Caught in the backfield, it's McCoy. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Seminoles come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30. Well, the upside is you could get a first down. The downside is you could blow the game going for it inside your own 30. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Robinson. How about...